was responding on where I was trying to get to, but I do have a controversial thing too.
We live.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing that. And so, look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. To my right hand side, we have the OG, Mr. Controversial himself, Chuck Little John. And underneath us both, man, we have Decatur's biggest flapjack, Corey Davis. What's up, my dogs?
What's that,
gentlemen? How y'all feeling?
Does anybody know what a flapjack is?
Pancakes, right?
Pancake.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Some people know. I said flapjack.
Why call it the flapjack instead of a pancake?
Why do they call it a flapjack instead of a pancake?
I thought it was a southern thing. I grew up on the term flapjack instead of pancake.
I didn't grow up in the term flapjack. I'm from the South.
You grew up. Let me see. What's your South considered? It's South Carolina. Y'all by y'all.
Yeah.
Huh?
South Carolina.
Right.
Carolina.
I'm deep
That's
South Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Right there by Brunswick. So I don't know. Flapjack.
How you forget? How much further south is that?
It's more south than you. Hey, it's a light skin pancake, a flapjack. Maybe.
But anyway,
what's up, Kamari? Al, James Little John, Rodney Little John, OG, man. What?
So
what?
We get to that point. Yeah, we get to that point of the week. But you get to the middle part of the week, and the middle part of the week is a couple of days closer to Friday. But what we call it on this show is we call it Hump Day.
Hey man, absolutely, man. Happy Hump Day to everybody out there. Everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, man. Remember when you come to the channel, man, tell a friend, bring a friend. When you come, don't come by yourself. This is episode 8, season 5. We have a great show, man. We are about to wing it today. We don't really have a whole bunch of topics, but we're going to jump back and kind of recap on a couple things that we have talked about before. And then we're going to bring up maybe a little controversial, a little topic. It's barbershop talk. This has been going on in the barbershop, but it's some things that I think people want to know. I think we actually need some women on today, man, to kind of help us through this process of something that may be a little controversial. I think my wife and I talked a little bit about it last night. I actually thought it was a good conversation. And I want to see what some of these people think, what some people think out there, man.
You can do it.
We would try to keep it on the tracks, but hey,
what were y'all if you don't mind me asking, what were y'all talking about? Whoa, before you do that, I know it's something else. You got to pay some bills, but I'll let you know what y'all talking.
We got to pay some bills, man. But before we do that, man, before I tell y'all what we're talking about, we will pay some bills with our wonderful guy, Mr. Alvin Jameson.
Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The Crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the Crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the Crew and you.
Thank you once again, Mr. Alvin Jameson, for always being a wonderful sponsor of our very first segment. All right, man, fellas, let's go ahead and
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you what wife and I was talking about last night. I was actually
Before
scrolling.
you do that, hey, before you do that, don't you have an announcement to make before you do that?
Oh yes, I do.
In the day the 5th, in the day of June the 5th.
The day is June the 5th, man, and on June the 5th, Road Warriors Travel has just launched over all your social media platforms. The website is out and is available. Bookings begin today. Book your trips to Jacksonville. To Miami from Jacksonville. Your trip from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. Your trip to Summer League, the NBA Summer League that starts in July. If you all want to go to the Olympics, come see travelroadwarriors.com to book your trips, man. I'm looking forward to interacting with each and every one of you all, man. Of you all becoming road warriors along with myself. I'm excited, man. This is a new journey in my life, a new adventure that God has put me on, man. And I thank you all for the support, man. The ongoing support, especially from my fellas on the show, who have always been there to have my back, man. So I definitely appreciate it. And everybody else that's been out there, man, supporting. Thank you so much. Like I said, man, go to travelroadwarriors.com and or you can email me at gw@travelroadwarriors.com for any questions, man. As well, you can also call me at 470-401-6001 as well. All right, we are up.
I'll be remiss. My bad. I'll be remiss if I won't shout out Eric Thorne. He said he wanted to talk to you too about a setup. So I told him I was going to tell you. I said I'll tell him right there on the show. He wanted to do something for him and his church. So listen, I'm hoping if Eric is out there, you just heard the contact. If not, I know you know G personally. Hit him up. Hit him up. It's up and ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, Pee Wee. Appreciate you, baby. All right, thank you, OG, for giving that avenue, man, to shot that thing out, baby. Shameless plug. All right. So wife and I, man, last night we're lying in the bed, just chilling. I was scrolling social media on TikTok, Instagram, et cetera, and I came across a post of a guy talking about Black athletes being married or dating mostly white women.
It's no fun.
And his reasoning for it happening was he was saying that, white women are easier to deal with when they come home from work. When you come from work, they're more there to cater towards the athlete or the Black man. And they feel like it's just easier to deal with than dealing with a Black woman. So wife and I got to talking about that and just our takes on it. So that's what we got into last night. Thought it was a good conversation. I think we was actually saying the same thing. We were just saying it in a different way. So I thought that would be a great topic because I actually had that same conversation with a buddy of mine today while I was at work. And we were talking about that same situation. And he had a different point of it. He had a different side of it too, where he thought it came from. So I think it's a good conversation. I'm gonna say right here on the show, man, that I don't care who you date. And I'm I think I speak for all of us, man. We can care less who you really date, but I do see it often, or a lot. I don't want to say often, but I do see it a lot in sports that Black athletes are marry white women, and if they don't, a lot of them have been with that Black woman since high school, i.e., the LeBron James, the Steph Currys, Magic Johnsons. Well, he was in college. His was college, but when you see them, they've been together for a very long. Russell Westbrook, they've been together for a very, very, very long time. Chris Paul. So, ooh, so, woo, chilly. I may need to sit this one out.
Nah, Kanisha, come on with us. Come on with us.
So, do y'all want to jump into this now, or I mean, it's out there.
Now,
You
I mean,
know,
what you mean?
No,
Yeah,
what,
where you going?
So that's I'm a post a it failed. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna post something else, but let me get you all's take on what it is, what you think it is. So we're gonna talk about Monica McNutt.
Okay.
Ooh.
So talking about, did y'all see that clip with when she went head toe to toe with both Shannon and Stephen A. about that's more Caitlin Clark stuff in the WNBA, but we'll put that on the end. We'll put that because I got some more controversial topic, another controversial topic that I need some help on. So let's stick with this one first, and then we'll go there. So I don't mind starting. I tell you shaking and shivering over there, got your drink in your hand, trying to get around this thing. Let's go ahead and cut the bread open and put some meat in. So look, when you brought that up, I looked up, a couple of articles, couple of TikToks, couple of YouTube reels here and there, and it's all over the place in terms of why the brothers, tend to go that route whenever they become either popular, rich, athlete, what have you. So listen. I know because G was trying to do this. Let's put the disclosure out there. We're not experts at this. This is barbershop talk. We're going out because we're married to Black women, first of all. So we don't know what these guys go through. Now,
right.
Now, I'll be honest. I have dated a few. But that's just my wife knows this. You know what I'm saying? So, however, my experience just with dating, I was in Target when I realized this wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I ain't like the looks, I ain't like the feet. But at the same time, that's how I feel. But I do have friends that are married. I have a couple of friends that were athletes. One of my good buddies that went to the University of Georgia on the football team, my man Walker Atrice, RIP. But when he's explained it to me, it was easier, and these are his words, less confrontational. There was a situation where he felt like, and then it was more of like I said, easier transition for a relationship. Now I would also say this here, and from what he could say something like, "Hey, babe, I'm going to the moon. I'll be back in 2 days." Well, you be careful, and then call me when you get back, as opposed to who going with you? I'm going. Or excuse me, you going to the moon? No. There is a difference in style. There's a difference in, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just there is a difference in what they go through in terms of what I feel like a white woman would say. Let's not disturb the bag. Let's not disturb this man. Let's give him everything he wants, because he gives me everything I want. You know what I'm saying? And this is just, like I said, it's hard for us to know, but we're going off of what we see, what we see out there. Now at the same time, let's go with let's say a draft, like the NFL draft. When they got that white woman right there on their arm, they focus on them. Them girls stay quiet. Them girls, they come looking good or whatever. And we always say the same thing. Oh no, he got that white woman on TV. Got his mama on the left side, white girl somewhere near it. But it's hard to say what a brother goes through whenever he decides to make that transition. But from what we've been seeing, they just want something different than what our sisters, tend to put out there.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Well,
OG.
I got kind of a different take. I can
Okay.
say that I've never been in chorus in anybody else's shoes. I think put in the comments where they say they have dated a person of the other race. So I can't say what it's like to do that. But what I can say is a long time ago, I promised myself that I would never go down that road. And I'm Mr. Controversial based on what that race did to our race way back when. I said I can never cross that line. I can't go there. That's just not me. I'm a 100% stand with my sisters because I can't cross that line like that. That's just not me. And I can't say I'm not gonna say it's right or wrong. To each his own. Different strokes for different folks. But for this folk, I'm standing on the right. I mean, I'm standing on the left and not going on the right, which rhymes with another word. But that's just my take. Now, some of it could be they went to a private school, and that private school was just all, majority of one race, and that's all they've been associated with, whatever the case may be. But I can't say, but that's just my take. I mean, I'm 100% pro. Like you say, we all married to strong black women, and that's what I think black women are. I think black women are strong, and if you're not a strong man and can't deal with the strong black women, then that gives you have a tendency to go a different route.
Cut all that out, OG. We understand what you're trying to do, but why do they do it though? Why do
I
they
just told
do
you
that?
why they do it. I just told you what I think. Some of it could be the fact, like I said, it could be their upbringing. Like I said, maybe they were brought up in a private school where they were around majority of whites, or they went to a PWI where they were around a majority of whites versus the majority of blacks versus going to an HBCU.
So I guess the question would be, at this, we're gonna change the narrative a little bit here. Why do sisters lose out once they get to those power white schools, predominantly white schools? Why do they lose out on the what? Hey, no, I'm doing the show. Why do sisters lose out like that? Or I don't want to use the word lose, but what happened? Where did the transition happen?
You already said it.
I just talking about what walking.
Strong mind, strong will. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that the sister's not going to take that somebody else may.
Sure.
Okay. So do you think, and OG, you were saying like they're predominantly around these around white women more so than the black women, right? So could it be?
I'm putting that out there now.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah. So could it be that they're just they're more accessible? So like I see and from this was my take on it when I was talking to my wife last night about it, is that I feel like these athletes, especially when they get to the professional level, even the college level, at the high college level, they do like several events with the organization, and with that organization, these events are hosted by mostly white men or their people, their counterparts. So then when you're in that circle, that's pretty much all you're seeing at all the events that you go to, all the foundation events that you go through, all the functions that you have with that organization. So you're seeing more white women around you that you kind of get comfortable with, because this is what you see all the time. And you don't really have an opportunity to really go out and find or be around a lot of black women, because, you know, unless you find a successful group of black women hanging out somewhere. But you don't, as an athlete, you really don't really hang out that much. You don't have time to do all this hanging out, right?
But I don't know about that, G, because
no?
I don't know if everybody would agree with that. And welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Charlinda Jackson Wilkins. That's my homegirl from right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Go ahead and subscribe to the show, Charlinda. You joined on the right night. I
know that. I know that, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, G, because I mean, you seek and you do what you want to do. In other words, if you're at PWI and you want to go and find a sister, you go find a sister. Or if you want to accept the fact that, that I guess it's better for my career that I go this route, then that's something you have to, I guess, do for yourself. Me personally, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So I guess maybe they're in a situation where if I go this route, then it's going to lead me to being a higher draft pick or being more exposed or whatever the case may be, because I got these people here that I'm socializing with and I'm rubbing elbows with, and that's going to get me further. But what you have to realize though is it may get you further at that time, but how long you gonna get further? How long you gonna be successful once you decide you want to go that route anymore?
Okay, I'm about to keep it 100. All way book. All right, then this is just from what I saw today, from what and like I said, and all this is just all over the board now. TikTok is crazy when you start to go down this rabbit hole. But from what I see, from what I've read, from what I've talked to, just in my simple experience, in my little simple life, it started with white women being freaks. And I'm being respectful with this. Athletes in college have a high, they want, this is college, they want to do it. They want something quick. They want something easy. They want something without a whole lot of conversation. And that's where it made it easy for the athlete. Then they start to fall in love with them. Then they start to fall for them doing whatever they wanted to do. Like you said, without fuss, without a whole lot of, stuff that we're used to, which like Miss Jackson said, strong black women. But it became an easy target. You know what I'm saying? These brothers go to college. Listen, it's shocking off with me. I'm just saying. But that's where the stigmatism, that's where this conversation came. Hey man, there's freaks out there, some H's out there. Hey, they'll do whatever you want them to do. Now I ain't saying that sisters won't, but it's like taboo. And then it became more love. Then it became it's a relationship or whatever it is. Now let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what everybody's experienced. Just keep it, look, whenever you think about it from that standpoint, that's easy for a brother to find himself getting caught up in. And then you bring another one on. Hey, she got a friend. And they act the same. Then it becomes permeated through the football team or the basketball team, And that's kind of how, to me, that's how it got started with this, And like you said, when you go to the game, yeah, they're the ones that's there. They're the ones that's there with your number on their face. They're the ones that show up at the after party. They're the ones that, that's what they want to see. And it started with sex. It started with accessibility to sex. You know what I'm saying? And that, at least that's from experience I had with the friends that I had, from the stuff that I see, from the stuff that I just read, from the stuff that I just saw. And then, after a while, oh man, I like Susie. Boom. Now she's pregnant. Or now, she's been with me whenever I was a freshman on the team, and then I kept her along, or now I made her my wife. Or now I love her. You know what I'm saying? And then the sister loses out. Straight up. What my wife says, I can't read. I don't care.
So she said first she says because black women go to college for a degree, some, not all, white women go to college for a husband. Some of those women are actually hunting these men and they fall for it.
Sure.
And this says, I don't care who anyone chooses to love, but if you get to a certain point of success and will only date outside your race, you get a side eye.
If you do that, then yes. If you start with the sister, then make it, and pull a weight legs hell and do that, then yeah, you should get the side eye. But if you find yourself getting, now listen, truth be told, yeah, there are some brothers who actually find love, which is nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, in the beginning, when they go to, like you said, these predominantly white schools, that, like you just said at the beginning, that's what's available, or that's what's aggressively available.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Galen, and it's 2 of them. Hey, Galen, there's 5 of them. Hey, Galen, I don't have to commit to you, and you still around me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Galen, it is easy. Hey, Galen, hey, you can't stay here tonight. Cool, I'll be back tomorrow. Whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does make it difficult for the sister to understand or for the sisters to accept. And I get that, because it's not fair, but it's a part of what's happening to these kids,
So Crystal, my wife asked, man, do you think the women love them or are they seeking a status?
A little bit of both. Because in my opinion, I think, listen, and they say, I think white women, it's taboo, but then it's like, look, they get the blackest one out there. G, you will be first. Me and the OG will be in the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? They want the biggest slavery looking black dude that they can find. You know what I'm saying? And bring them to their parents and all that. It's a little bit of both. They will find themselves entrenched with a brother.
Okay.
They will.
That was stupid.
I think it's 100% status. I could be wrong.
Sure.
But I think it's status.
You think a white woman think that it's status to have a brother that's dark as G?
No. I'm saying that athlete. I'm saying they look at
athlete. Okay, athlete.
They going out here.
My wife just sent. Hold up. My wife sent me a text. Damn it, Corey.
Yeah, they going and looking. They're going and looking and seeing who they can latch on to. Try to catch them a quote unquote cash cow.
Sure.
Go ahead and lock it.
And you know what? And that's probably the only way they can bring it home. He's worth millions, daddy. Or he's finna play for the Cowboys, daddy.
Wow. So y'all don't think it has anything to do with where you are? So like you were in Kansas, like we're in Atlanta. We see a bunch of black women. Like this is probably the only state where everywhere you go, you see black women. We was in North Carolina last couple weeks ago, and we saw 3 black people.
And where?
So if you go to Kansas, you're probably not gonna see a whole bunch of black people. You go to Seattle, you probably don't see it unless you're in that circle. But if
you go to University of Kansas,
right? You know what I mean? You're not around a whole, like I said, Atlanta is the mecca for black people. Houston is the mecca. I mean, there's a bunch in Houston, but it's a lot of places that you go that you don't really see black people until you're in that one cluster. And if you don't go to that one cluster, you hardly ever see them. So could that be part of the problem too? No? Or you just saying they should go out there and
it's a choice you make. I mean,
right.
Like I said, take that example about going to these events and whatever the case may be that's put on by your high and prestigious white man. But I'm sure on that campus somewhere, it's not 100% predominantly one race. So if you want to seek out, you can find. It's just a matter of whether you want to seek or not, or do you want to accept what you think is going to most benefit you at this point in time?
You know what? It's on both sides as far as status. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie. I know a few black guys that feel like that, and I think my wife was talking about that in terms of where she used to work. There was a guy who kind of felt like that too. If I'm not married to a white woman, I hadn't made it in life. I got a close friend that thinks similar. Um, but I will say I won't say on this subject that we're talking about here. That's a small percentage. Status to me, I think, is a small percentage. And
That's a small percentage.
I think it's a small percentage on how they get started. You know what I'm saying? Brothers ain't starting to say, you know what? Let me get me a prestigious white woman.
No,
They looking for.
I'm saying that the women are saying that. Let me go like a cash cow that I see he is progressing, and they see it. They go out there and look. Don't think they don't go out there and do their research to determine who they go after, who they not.
Sure. I get on the women's side. Yeah, on the white woman's side, yes.
Example. So G right now is out there a star athlete at the school. Right? Getting all the recognition, could be up for Heisman, what the case may be. I'm on the same team. I'm in the grunt work. I'm off the line. I ain't getting no praise. Who coming looking at me? Look at
that chick that's in your science class.
Because they doing the research. They say, oh, he might not even get drafted. This dude right here, he on the road to getting there.
No, I'm not saying that they're settling for white women at all. They're not settling.
I think you're talking about me.
Oh,
my comment that they're only in that environment, and I think when you're around these people all the time, you start looking like, well, okay, Susie do got a nice little butt on her.
Hell no. No.
Susie?
No.
So you think that's what they do? Okay.
No. Not at first. You know what I'm saying? That's the average dude. We're talking about athletes here. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about what's accessible to them. And white women make it easy for them. Whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they can without having, and like I said, let's keep it real here. Now, what we're used to is our ladies, like expressing themselves, saying what they want, like cussing your ass out, excuse me, but telling you what you want to hear. Some black men aren't equipped for that. Some black men aren't ready to hear that every day. Some black men don't want to do it, don't want to deal with it. Like you just said, they call it, strong. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to hear what they used to hear from their mama. They don't. You know what I mean? They want it easy, or they want to feel like, listen, I can say what I want to say, do what I want to do, and then she do what I ask her to do in the bed and all that stuff. That's how it starts. But I do feel like from an athletic standpoint, it starts sexually first. They can get whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying that sisters don't do it. I'm not, but what I'm saying to you is this is how I feel like the athlete gets caught up first. And then after a while, like you just said, they see beauty, because after a while, listen, this is all I want. This is all I want to deal with, and that's how it become an issue where we're talking about it now. How did this happen? Like that. Straight up.
Okay.
What's next, man?
Next is also you have to consider the time we all grew up. If you watch TV and read magazines, who were the sex symbols in the 70s and 80s? White was put on a pedestal. So Crystal says exactly, Corey. You're absolutely right. And like I said, she was talking to me.
Oh my God. Chris said that.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, absolutely right.
Oh, Chris, we cut my ass. Thank you, Chris.
But I guess to comment on this next comment, though, they very well may have been put on the pedestal, but you got to consider who putting them on the pedestal. So just because they put them on the pedestal, that mean that's the direction you should go because they're doing that?
No, I ain't saying. I know at first. I ain't saying that. Okay, let me tell you. So I went to Southern University in the 90s. Kevin Falk went to LSU, which is 5 minutes away from our campus. Okay. Kevin Falk used to come on the campus, and he had a Suburban, and he had 5 white women with him every time he came on the yard. I don't know why he was even on the yard. I think he came on to show that but that's what he brought with him. You know what I'm saying? And now before he got there, look, I'm going back to where we were. His baby mama was from Hawaii. We called her Miss Hawaii because on her plates it had Hawaii. We didn't know her name, but we just knew that was the chick that had the 2 kids from Kevin Falk. But they weren't together, or maybe they were, I don't know. But he always had white women with him because at LSU's campus, that's what flocked to him. He came to Southern University, and nobody came over there to him. You know, they knew it, but he went to what was accessible to him on an easy level. That's how I felt. T. Martin did the same thing. T. Martin came on the yard the same way. You know what I'm saying? Bringing snow bunnies with him. You know what I mean? And we're like, what's going on? But I said, oh, that's T. Martin. You know what I mean? Now this, like I said, this is the quarterback of Tennessee at the time. But that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you something.
What?
Back in those days, you're not gonna come on South Carolina State campus doing no crap like that, boy.
How far is the University of South Carolina from South Carolina State?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay. They 5 minutes.
You're not gonna do that. You wouldn't back in them days. You wouldn't go do that. Not come on South Carolina State campus bringing. That wouldn't go happen, buddy.
Let me post this. To give some more insight from a former NFL player. All right.
That made you being an athlete that made millions and millions of dollars. Why do most athletes choose white women?
Because 50% of white women in college. It's a higher rate of white women in college than black women. So it's like if you're a professional, if you're a college player, you're going to majority be in the class with what type of woman?
White women.
You gotta really break that down and think about what he's saying in this situation. Most of your big time football schools are gonna be PWI, but also, there's still black women who go to these colleges, but
exactly. Those are the women going to the school, actually going to class, so you're gonna be subjective.
Actually going to class.
To talking to the people who are at the school is white women. So it's like, you know what I mean? Unless you got a girl from high school who you know what I mean? Most of the black girls from high school don't go to college. So if you're an athlete, you're gonna run into a white woman because the percentage, you could Google the percentage of white women in college.
Yeah, especially at
all the big schools.
Big schools.
Yeah,
exactly.
Way more white.
So, number one, consider who you're interviewing.
Right.
That's the first thing. And I will still keep saying it. Yeah, you go to a PWI, but that PWI is not predominantly white. It's not 100%. It's not 100% white. So those PWIs, they have sororities, just like ABC do. So you go find some black women on that campus, and it's just a choice that you make. You sit there, like I said, you can sit there and say, I'm surrounded by, but there's always a choice that you make. You choose to go that route, that's the choice you make. So I'm not gonna go with that. Yeah, no, I didn't go to a PWI, but if I go to a PWI, like I said, you gonna have your black sororities, and that's just gonna be on their campus. But you can always go and actually indulge and talk to a black woman if you want to. But it's always a choice you make.
Yeah, we know it's a choice. I just think, like I said, these brothers are taking the easy route out to get the same thing that they want without having to do a whole lot of trying.
Everything is not always good. It's easy now, and then when you get out of college and she get pregnant, and you dealing with her and she flip on you, then what?
She ain't gonna do that though. She ain't gonna do that. White girl ain't gonna do that.
Facts.
Because that's the option. She's there for love. She's there for status. So she's gonna take more than a black woman will.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is she gets pregnant, and now she wants all you got. Once you get your cash cow, and then she started flipping because she done had your baby. Now you gotta pay up.
But white women don't flip.
You know what's better than one baby too? You know what's gonna get you more spousal support? The longevity of marriage. So she ain't gonna be gone on one cheating, one baby, none of that. She gonna ride that thing out, and you see that, right? And so because they're not marrying for love, and so Black women are invested in the relationship. For me as a Black woman, y'all speaking as Black men, as a Black woman, we are invested in a relationship. So yes, you know, anybody wants somebody with money, but it's more about power than it is the money. And I tell people this all the time. You're not chasing that. You're chasing somebody with drive. And money shows that you got a lot of money. It shows that you have the drive to get that money. That said, Black women want to be there, be your backbone, hold you down. So when you break us, when you violate the relationship, it hurts. It's not like, okay, I'll go buy a bag. Me and Julie will just go to Hawaii. No, like you broke me. And so white women don't, when they're in this relationship for the most part, my opinion, I don't think they have that you broke me, because they're going to be whole with this, with his love or not, because they got his wallet. And so that I don't feel like if something happens and she has this baby and he cheats or whatever, she is not going to have the same impact, because you ain't in it for the same reason.
You know what the impact is? That new athlete that's like, my wife has this thing now where she goes, is he mixed? Like in the, like say NBA, NFL, or whatever, you know, his dad used to be, you know, his dad used to play for the Cowboys, or his dad used to play for the Lakers, and his dad used to play for. Now this kid is an athlete himself. Dad is nowhere around, but that white woman is still there. She's done raised this Black boy. Now he's the next level athlete. You know, that's what, you know, they just raising the next generation, which we see now.
You got a white mama, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind your mama white. You go at the white girl, right? Like, I think that's fair. I'm talking about Black mama, Black daddy, and that's what you chose. And I think it's mediatic genocide. And y'all talked about the 90s, and it started well before the 90s, but it's like, in a minute, what we gonna have? Because that's all you see in the media. That's all they're, you know, pumping up as something great. And I mean, I guess we're gonna all be extinct for real if it goes the way that they're hoping that it goes. But I don't buy the situation where, oh, it's an environmental thing. Mm-hmm. Because what you're saying is there was no Black women, so we settled for white women, like we settled for this. No, you chose that. And I don't buy when you get into the league and you get your money and you're a grown man, you're able to make grown man decisions, that you don't seek out something you actually want, right? Like, I think you want to take the easy route. I think you want to have what you think is the easy life, and there'd be no accountability. So you go there, and then you go sleep with a Black woman on the side. Because Corey almost made me choke him out with the little sex comment about what Black girls don't do, Kanisha.
I'm not saying my wife. I'm saying, you know, that's what.
Kanisha, baby.
Listen, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? But hey, look, I ain't even go there. I'm still here. But what I'm saying to you is,
don't do that to me.
I'm 3 kids in with mine. You know what I'm saying? Look, but anyway, what I'm saying is, there are those who feel like they do more, or, you know, or without complaint, or don't use it as a weapon, or don't use it as a treat. Don't use it as you've been okay today. I guess I'll give you some. Some feel like
doing that. What Black woman you know doing that?
Look, all I'm saying is it's a part of it that some men look for. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I went down that rabbit hole today, when G gave us the subject, TikTok is all over the place with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's some of these guys' opinion. Now, when we're talking about the athlete, though, the athlete, when I go with the guys that I went to school with, the guys that I've hung with, the guys that I'm still cool with to this day, how they get started is what they feel like is, hey man, she a freak or she'll do whatever. Then they find themselves caught up. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Like at 16, like the girls you meet in high school, and that's how they call them?
I want to say college, because like I said, in high school for me, it was still harder because your parents had an influence on you. Your parents still said, listen, who you talking to? Galen? You better get on the phone with that. He's so Black. Get on the phone with him. You know? They weren't hearing that in high school because they had a little bit more of a hold on you. When you go to college, that's when you find yourself, you find what you're attracted to. You know, your parents aren't with you. Then you find out who you like, who you're attracted to. That's where I felt like it started for my friends. You see what I'm saying? High school, no.
Secretly they didn't know they were attracted to white women until they got to school, and they realized, like, this is what I'm attracted to.
I ain't gonna even say that they just found out, you know, through sexuality what was easier for them. I'm not gonna even say that, you know, I just feel like a few of them, they end up getting caught up. Or I got one example where a friend of mine, he got let down by the sisters. You know what I'm saying? It happens. And then he went, like you said, they took the easier route, and that's where they've been.
So look what James Lou just said.
What he say?
I don't want easy. Anyway, if she easy for one, easy for all.
Listen, that we know what we got. We, you know what I'm saying? We can't make comments. We know it ain't easy. But you come home every day. You come home every day. This is what I grew up on. I ain't gonna lie. My mom had made me, okay, before that Target incident, my mom said, if she can't, I heard you go, if she can't use my cone, don't bring her home. And then, I ain't gonna lie, that's what she said. Then my dad said to me one time, I said, I'm in a white woman. Now, I'm in Louisiana at the time. He go, and let me tell you exactly what he said. Hey, boy, you fucking up down there. And I like, what happened? I said, what you talking about? This is exactly what he said. He said, hey, boy, that's a slap in your mama's face. I go, it is? And then that's when I'm walking through Walmart. She grabbed my hand, and I said, I saw the looks, and I was like, hell no. And that's where it came over me. You know what I'm saying? It might have well have been a brother that tapped me on the shoulder, go, hey, boy, what's wrong with you in this Target? That's how I felt. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I was done because I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how I had to, something wasn't right. I started looking over my shoulder because I saw how the looks came for us as a couple. And she was from Alabama. And that was it.
So if you do you think, and you may not be able to answer this question, do you think that had you been received more favorably, you might be with Julie right now?
Her name was Melissa, first of all.
First and foremost, but look, I remember her name. What's a middle name for you?
I don't know a middle name, but I know that. No, I ain't. Look, my wife knows. If she don't like to hear this, but listen. So if it would had it been received better, I don't know. I can't answer that because of what I received. I'm glad I did receive what I received. I ain't gonna lie to you, Crystal.
And let me jump piggyback on that, because like in California, where I grew up in my high school, middle school years, it's more acceptable out there. So you don't get those looks out there in California.
Okay.
So you're at a HBCU. So yeah, you're definitely gonna get those looks.
Oh my God. Listen to me. Okay. So my roommate, he was the one who hooked me up with him. And it was homecoming. I forget what year it is. We go to the Alpha party, and I walk clean into the party with this thing. You know what I'm saying?
You crazy, man. You
got Listen to me. I did. But look, so I'm holding hands. I'm like, not sitting there text message, please stop. No, we are in it. So I walked clean into the Apple party with this thing in tow, not realizing at the time, because I'm still young at the time. I want to say at least 23 years old, maybe 24.
Oh my God.
So I'm walking in the Alpha party, and I said it thing clear out like the Red Sea. Now I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. Brothers in one ear, boy, you tripping, boy. Hey, boy, that thing bringing in a bunny. And the other ear, I got the sisters. You must be out your mind. You just like, damn, did I do something wrong here? Reality. That was the first thing. Second, like it was more than one thing that naturally hit me, but I would like to say Target in the Target store that's what I bought out of that store. And I was done.
So the Target store hit you more than walking in the Apple party.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look, understand me thoroughly. I'm just going by my experience. What I was taking one for the team initially, because when I first met her, because she came down with a sister, and then my roommate was like, "I need you to take one for the team, so he can live the dream." And I was like, "Okay, I got you." And honestly, the prize was to see what I could get at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie to you, I fell victim to that. Now, as we got to know each other, and then that's what I'm saying, that whole situation at Target and the hand holding shit. The hand holding thing was like, nope. I'm sorry. My wife said she's so embarrassed, but I'm just trying to be honest here.
It's not a reflection of you, Kanisha. We know, Corey.
I'm just still confused though. But Target was a more of our waking than going to the Alpha party. I'm confused. With this.
Because by that the alpha part is when I first met. We first met, and I'm just like I said, my wife hated when I'm being brutally honest, but this is a part of what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about this on the show, this is what I experienced, and then I got friends that have experienced way worse, and they've stayed in that thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know who I give a pass to? I'm sorry, I'm part of this show now. You know who I give a pass to? Only because we have a son that has dealt with this. So somebody made the comment that sometimes Black men are rejected by Black women, and so they just end up going another way. So like our oldest son, MJ, he don't watch his show, he won't care. But he dates white women. What's up, Katie?
He dates white women.
No. He's you know his mama is. He is more Asian women, so he's like into anime. He has this obsession with Japan, like it's insane. But those are the women who gravitate toward him, like really. Okay. And so I don't know if it's a fetish or not. I just let a 25-year-old be a 25-year-old, but he has dated Black women, like and it has been horrible. Like every single, it's really just been a bad experience, and not because of him, because he's awesome, but literally it's been real bad. And so but he always like, well, no, I guess his younger girlfriends, like middle school stuff, they were Black girls, but then like they just like would ghost him and stuff. It was just all weird. Sorry, MJ. And so he dates, but I don't think he does it as a retaliatory thing. Like, I'm protecting myself, I'm against Black girls, but now he dates who likes him. And so like I was throwing myself on these Black women. They're giving me their behinds to kiss from 13 to 20. And so these women like me, like genuinely. And so I've met some of them, and they're fine enough or whatever. I have the issue with the you said your mom said don't bring the comb. I realized that it would be a real issue for me only because of my mouth, and not even in a bad way. I celebrate Black women. I celebrate. I have how many Black doors? 4 Black.
My mom racist. My mom racist.
Knowing who your mama is. Why you try your mama with Melissa?
And that's what I'm saying. I couldn't when my dad, gave me that call. It was like, and honestly, it's his birthday day. R.I.P. God rest his soul. But
he does say the bloodlines.
But it was like that's what she said though. If she can't use my comb, don't bring her home.
Well, both of my brothers, my older brother who is deceased, rest in peace, love you, Ron. Married a white woman, and my younger brother has a baby. Is the only child by a white woman, and I was taking my baby girl Dallas and my niece, who I love with my whole heart and give my life for, on a vacation just recently. And so I was talking to Dallas like I talk to my kids, come on, Black girl, I'm a Black girl, let us see Black girls doing things. And I was like, oh my God, is my niece offended by that? Because there's so much emphasis on, I am all about the Black girl, being a Black girl, doing Black girl stuff, advancing and all of that. And I'm going to say that.
But she is a Black girl though.
Right. So I came home and I had to talk to my sons, and I was like, I don't know that I'm going to curb my speech, because when I talk about Kennedy and the things that she does, and Gia and Bird and Dallas, I am going to always celebrate that there are Black girls doing it. And if I don't want your girlfriend to take you home, your wife to take you home, and be like, why does she always have to say Black? Right? Because they're just women. It's not no. And so I don't know how I would deal with that. Kanisha, why you not? I was going to say, why you not in there with Corey? I'm on here. I don't. That's when
get in the truck.
I forgot Corey in the house. Yeah. That's when I realized it. When I came home and told Game, like, I don't know how we gonna do that.
Yeah. Al says we also have to realize this is a different generation. It's not like my mom's or my grandmother's time. These kids are different.
Not Chris. Chris don't care how bad these girls do him. These girls be dogging my baby out.
Stop this.
Black girl, no,
baby. I just sent the link to my wife. Hopefully I don't know if she's gonna chime in, but I hope she would. But
come on, can you get out here with me? I ain't been on here to you.
I think it's been great. It's been a great conversation, man.
You're done. That's what you're gonna do.
Oh no.
Okay.
Like, it's not a club.
It is a sensitive subject. You know,
prove girls ain't the only ones doing it. Come on.
and that's and honestly, it is a sensitive subject. I get that. You know, it's something that, huh? You don't think it's sensitive?
I don't.
Oh.
That's the reason why we talking about, because it's not the average subject that most people talk about. We see it, but
Attributes mean things.
what?
This is why I don't come on here, Corey. This right here why I don't come on here.
Me too.
These are adjective mean things. So, you know, if you said, you know, what you said makes it seem like it is
and maybe because
controversial.
I'm a black woman, I'm not. If I were, you know, a white woman, maybe I would feel a way about it, but I don't. I feel a way about ignorance.
I feel like this, you know, like for those men who succumb to white women, you know, I know, like, so you start a certain way, and I'm gonna be straight with you. Girl, I've changed. But like it there's a start, right? And like you said with MJ, you know, even with your son, somewhere along the line, either they chose, you know, what they felt like was what they were attracted to or are attracted to, and you know, it goes from there. Now, most of the time, they like to say, you know, men fall in love with, you know, I guess with the person in the eyes of their mother. You know, at least, you know, with those qualities and characteristics. But then you got some that probably, like I said, somewhere along the line, either they were just let down, or you know, they were pushed back, and they decided, look, I'm just gonna go with what loves me or what likes me.
Right.
You know,
that's real.
And it makes it easier.
Black athletes, though.
Black athletes, I think they start off with what I think it's sexually first.
Say it again, Corey. Sorry, go upside your head.
It is. I think it's sexually first. I do. I think
something. Kanisha, I'm gonna tell you something. This man is embarrassing me because I'm a let me tell you one thing or two.
I ain't no athlete. You know, I didn't.
You don't have to be.
There's so many things I want to say right now that would be so inappropriate.
So Al says, why can't you like who you like?
You can.
I think you can. Yeah. I think you can. Yeah. You can like who you like. I think we're just trying to figure out why so many, or how so many
it's such
athletes.
Yeah, there's such a disparity.
In athletes.
Oh, you're talking about with athletes?
Yeah, with athletes. Yeah.
Or actors, because what's that? Michael B. Jordan, they found him a bunny. You know, and he was with the sisters for a minute, and
and mostly celebrities that are with black women, they was with them.
You think they take a pact?
From the beginning, like from high school.
What
they
you just said?
They say they didn't take a pact.
Damn. Okay, I'm sorry.
You can go. I would like to go off the show.
We about to go, but before we go, we did want to touch on this right here. Can we play this? I don't know if we can play this.
I don't know if you can play that.
Owned by.
If we do, you get that email.
We'll get that email to say,
you
hey,
gotta take the whole thing down.
They're gonna stop it from being played.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Nobody watches the show. I'm just playing.
You do not like Stephen A. Smith, but I like what Myron from you do.
I don't care for him too much. No. That's it. This don't
you
you
stop liking him.
See, I never liked Stephen A. Smith.
You used to love him.
No, I did never.
Call him out, Crystal. Call him out.
Hey guys, it's your favorite on Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the story.
That's not the Why they get a commercial? Why
Pat McAfee, I guess he watched us this morning. And Lord, he had some coffee. He probably had an energy drink. Do we have his sound? We can't play his sound. Annika. Well, I know you've heard it by now. I think Pat got a little bit too amped. He forgot, like, man, this live. This, normally we have a conversation like this, Monica. You and your girls off air, but we got a microphone and we got a camera with a red dot going. So what did you think when you heard P Mac start going?
So I didn't actually watch it, but
I'm about to say, how much are they gonna show?
I told him to cut it out, y'all.
Which one y'all want? Y'all want the Stephen A reaction, or you want the Monica McNutt response?
Show Monica's for because that's the woman's state of point of view.
Where she went in.
Yeah.
We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that.
Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A., and how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest
How about being a black man?
Uh-oh.
But being black.
Hold on 1 second. And we didn't necessarily go there. Maybe we should. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
Don't try it. Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Finish him. Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Wow.
I ain't gonna lie, she was wrong for that though. Cause he been doing that. I ain't gonna lie, he been bringing women on. He been bringing, black women, WNBA women for years. I ain't gonna lie to you. She just didn't do her homework on that. I like Monica McNutt, but she just didn't do her homework because she just started on the show. She's still young too, but I guess she don't go that far back in terms of First Take. He's had plenty on there. I mean, plenty to promote. He was the first one to say that they needed to be paid higher than what they are, So I think she misquoted herself. Right? That's how I feel.
Okay.
I ain't no Stephen A. I ain't no Stephen A. guy either, but I know he's been he's been pushing them for a minute. It's been way longer than 3 years.
Has he? Has he been pushing them up?
Yeah, he has. He's had Breonna Stewart on there. Remember, what's the girl name that went to UConn that started
Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird?
She helped get out of jail.
Oh.
Who's
Yeah. No. He's talking about the one who just who retired. Who retired?
Oh yeah, he talked what's her name? She from UConn.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Can you hear me?
She's from Georgia. She's from Georgia. Dang.
If only we had a Georgia-based sports podcast, we could turn to in these moments.
What's my
Look,
girl?
Corey got to go.
Oh.
If she did, Stephen should have brought some facts for his case.
Was there more?
No, he was. They had to go to commercial. They had to go to commercial. Yeah, he was mad.
Yeah, but he replied.
Talking about Maya Moore.
Maya Moore, yeah. Maya Moore was on there. Remember he had Candace Parker on there as a part of the show for years. He's done a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't saying he's been the best, but he's been one of their most supportive advocates for years. And for her to say that he could have used his platform 3 years ago, he been doing it. I ain't no Stephen A. guy, but he had been doing it.
On the show, 2 people in 3 years.
You named 2 people in 3 years.
I mean, I can name more. You give me a second, I can do a little bit of homework and I'll send it to you.
I guess what she's saying is that he brought those players in, but I guess what she's saying is that with his platform, he could have done a lot more than what he has done to try to.
I mean, that ain't his job. He got to cover all sports. For her to say that, I mean, WNBA cover. He cover it, but it ain't like he, that's what he covers. He started off as a 76 guy, but he's a basketball savant guy. But he done his part. I don't know how much you want him to do, huh?
he self-proclaimed that he said that he's done so much. And that's what she can't say.
You know what? I'll make that my point to send it to the crew. But I think he has. He's done. You know, I don't know how much people are expecting him to have done, but he's done a lot. He's done more than what the average person has that has a platform. You know, name somebody else that do something. You know, a lot of people ain't doing shit. Excuse me. But
the crew and you, Snap Bennett says Monica was right because Stephen A was wrong on the way he is covering the WNBA. They didn't say nothing when Angel Reese got slammed by old girl from the Sun.
That's my controversial point.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
My controversial point about that is that only thing that's been on media is about Caitlin Clark getting hip checked.
I don't agree with that though, because I do recall them talking about how Angel Reese got knocked down by what's her name.
How much? How much has it been talked about?
I thought they were talking about that until the Caitlin Clark situation came up. And then they moved on.
So why won't the Caitlin Clark situation die since the Angel Reese situation died?
Oh, because
it won't die.
Ain't nobody letting
it
die.
won't die.
Well,
Why won't it die?
Because I think now you're getting people from both sides. Everybody was in agreement with the doggone Angel Reese thing. Like, yeah, that shouldn't happen. Like that was, but in this Caitlin Clark, everybody, you got people over here saying, well, it really wasn't that bad. It was a flop. Oh, she elbowed her first, and so it's payback. She got to be tougher. So you got this side of it, and now so everybody is fighting to make it seem like no, this is what it really is or what it's not. So it's a battle between everybody now. Well, with Angel Reese, everybody was on the same page. Like, yeah, she shouldn't. It was wrong.
Okay, so that leads me to. I know we ain't gonna have enough time to do this. We'll probably have to continue it on Sunday. My next controversial segment. All right. So,
and like my wife said, because I told her that one was a basketball play and the other one wasn't.
Facts.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, why does the WNBA have the tag that it's a tough league? Why does it have to be tough? Why do they say that the WNBA has to, you got to have a rite of passage for a rookie? Why does it have to be tough? Can anybody answer that for me?
Who wants to watch, even women, who wants to watch like soft basketball? Nobody wants to watch that.
Soft basketball. Okay. What they want to watch is, okay, well, I'm the OG answer. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, go back and look at things when other rookies came in.
Okay.
Go and look at when Candace Parker came in.
That's not answering my question.
I mean, what you mean? So you want to be cream puff?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Is the NBA tough?
They should be,
but it's not. The NBA is not tough. All right, so this is my. I guess my take is this: for 25 years, they've been trying to figure out the best way to market this game for women for years, and then the first chance that the best marketing tool has come about is a pushback. You know what I'm saying? It's been a pushback. Now, honestly, me personally, I don't want to see a bloodbath. When I watch basketball, you know what I want to see? I want to see scoring. You know what I'm saying? I take for example with Draymond Green. People don't watch the Warriors to see Draymond. They watch to see Clay and Steph shoot. They don't watch somebody get hurt. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever Draymond does do that, I kind of get pissed off myself. I don't want to watch a bloodbath. Honestly, I don't want to watch women fight in the WNBA. Do I want to be competitive? Sure, I do. But like I said, they've been trying to do this for 25 years. Market this game. They've been trying to get these girls like the plane tickets and charter tickets and all that. And this year here is the first. And then you got some that have a small pushback because they've worked so hard to get where they are, which I understand, but they don't understand that the change for this game has started this year. They got people that want to invest in this game this year, and it's just starting. Look, OG, I know you said you've been watching this for a long time now, and it hadn't happened. They hadn't found the person that they want to put a whole lot of money into. They haven't. And like I said, I don't want to watch the WNBA. I don't want to watch a boxing match. I don't want to watch one girl call another girl a bitch and then push her. I don't want to watch that. I really don't. I'm sorry, but that's what she said. She called her a bitch.
So
So you didn't see what Caitlin Clark did after she elbowed the young lady in the face, did you?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a passive.
But
that was a passive elbow.
You don't know what did Caitlin Clark say to her when she was talking that junk going down the court?
Trash
you don't know.
talk. I'm saying trash
All
talk.
thing you know is what they saying that the black young lady said. So you
Okay,
don't have
but
the whole complete story.
all I'm saying is no. OG. I didn't use a person. All I said was I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to see that. I ain't use a person. I didn't use Caitlin Clark. You just did. All I'm saying is when I watch no, you do. I just said when I watch the ladies basketball, I want to see scoring. I do. I want to see competitive basketball, but I don't want to see a bloodbath. I don't want to see ladies fighting. I really don't.
Tough doesn't necessarily mean a bloodbath. So when I said it should be tough, I did not mean that people should be bleeding. I did not mean that there should be fighting. I mean that you should be able to stand your ground. You should be able to take a push if you're doing whatever defense or whatever. I believe that you should be tough to do that. I don't think that it should be a gang fight.
No, nobody's saying that.
I'm saying,
That's the serious thing. Bloodbath, all that. Like no one is saying that we are watching it to see somebody get hurt.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it's turning into right now. Within 10 games, it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of that. And then, like you said, in the past 25 years, it's been, if you look at Candace Parker, they're pushing down and shoving and fight. Same thing with Brittany Griner. It was just, there was a big fight with her, and I think it was the Lynx or whatever. With basketball, I don't necessarily. With women's basketball, I want to see the skill versus, like I said, the league is tough. And I'm just saying this here. In the beginning, before the league started, Diana Taurasi, she fueled this to me. She put the fuel into this by saying it's going to be a wake up call for her, and she got it started. And so a lot of these girls they take their shots when they have the opportunity, and that's what Caitlin Clark. Now, I say, OG don't like when I say that, but that's what Caitlin Clark. Even when they did the same thing to Adrian Reese and turned her over on her head, she had two back to back. One person put her feet up under her, she fell, come back down, and another one flipped over. I get it. You don't want this to be easy for you, but I don't want to see somebody intentionally hurt somebody. I want to see you score. I want to see you win the game off skill, not on the fact or the premise that you're saying that this league is tough. The NBA doesn't do that.
Yeah.
What do
So
we say about
you saying don't sell toughness. Don't sell we tough. That's not what's gonna get you the looks.
That's not going to get you the people to watch the game. That's not going to get people to pay for this. You're going to get the same thing that you've had for the past 25 years, which is barely people, like I said, 3,000 people arenas and nobody watching the games on television. You're going to go back to the old stuff.
So the Wings, the Dream, and the Aces have all sold out their home games this season. That's because of Caitlin Clark?
No, that's because people want to see what this thing is evolving in right now. Last year, they didn't do that. Am I right about that, OG? They didn't sell out last year.
So you saying this year them selling out is all about Caitlin Clark?
This year, no. You keep saying that, OG. This year is a movement, is what I'm saying. You keep using Caitlin Clark. This year, there's a movement with these girls that came in here. Not just her. There's a movement with, like I said, that last year that we were watching the NCAA tournament, it was a bunch of girls that have made their mark so far. It's a movement that has happened with the older girls need to get on to. Now, if Caitlin Clark is the face of it, hey, so be it. I know you hate me to say that, but she is one of the main reasons why. You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about this till we blue in the face. We never see eye to eye.
Yeah.
So listen, with basketball, people want to see scoring. They don't want to see fights all the time.
Nobody said you keep playing fighting. Nobody fight. Just because you playing tough on the inside.
This girl gets face checked and she gets checked from 40 feet before you get to the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we talked about it before. When that girl was at the free throw line, she had two shots. She took the first one and went straight back to her. I got to get back in her face. That girl go take the other shot.
Okay, so she's known for shooting from the logo. So what you saying is let her go ahead and cross half court, let her get your logo, let her shoot. Don't pick up before then.
I'm just saying.
Defense to win.
Hey, listen. Who just posted Gino Ariyama saying that she's being targeted and she's being played tougher than the average person, and she a rookie.
Yeah.
You come with that pedestal on you like somebody else said. That's what you go get.
25 years in this game, and they're just getting the marketing that they want to have. And some of these girls are pushing back because they're not ready for it.
Wow. Snack says, I love to see women mix it up. Corey, that's a you problem.
No, you like to see girls stripping. You know what I'm saying? We know what you like.
How we get to that?
He said he like to see girls mixing it up. I like to see girls playing too, but not hurting each other.
They not hurting each other, or they're playing tough basketball. So we always talk about the NBA, how cream puff the NBA is now, how we like for it to go by like it was.
That's listen. If it go back to where it was, man, listen, the '80s basketball, they had to get away from that. People were getting hurt, and then people didn't want to see that kind of basketball. So you want to see scoring.
How many people in the WNBA have gotten hurt this year already? This season?
Hey, you can look that up. I don't know. It's just been 10 games. Right now, it's only one person that's getting hurt, right? It's only one person that's getting beat up.
Lord, she the only one that's playing. Oh my God, play that music. Let's go ahead and get up here, man.
Don't get out there. I'm just saying. If they look, they're gonna end up losing this league. It's gonna go back to that same thing they've been having.
Now you're gonna end up losing the league.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Great show, fellas, man. We gonna end on that note right there.
They're gonna go back commercial.
Me, cream puff. Snack pan.
Hey, cream.
My dog Snap Man. James Little John. My dog Kamarie White. Make sure you check him and his wife out. Christianist podcast every Tuesday. Great podcast. My dog Rodney Little John. Who else is out there? I said Jay Little John. I heard you say Al Lassiter. My wife Crystal Wright. My dog Prolific.
Thank you, Crystal.
Hey, Cali love all day, baby. Kanisha David. There she goes. Kanisha David. Who else is out there? My dog Corey, where I said him already. Anybody else I may have missed, man? Oh, Charlinda, Chase.
Welcome to the TCY family.
My family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over there. All right, man. We love y'all. Keep your head on a swivel. We got. We'll see y'all on Sunday, man. We got a special guest on Sunday, baby. We got out. I'll holler.
I made my ladies log off the show. Pissed off right now.
My dog Steve-O.
Oh.